Hello. Beep, 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 beep. Morning all. Welcome to the Court of the Edijester. How are we doing? It's a Warrior Teacher Day today. Got the new group starting, so I'm very excited. Looking forward to seeing them. Still not too late to join if you can do it the next hour. Why not? Like, subscribe, do the usual. Let's dig in. The Bubaka. The BBC is what is bothering me today. And I imagine once I finish, it will be bothering you. What has happened to this delightful organisation that gave us such wonders in the past, as I, Claudius, and Doctor Who? It seems to have gone to pot at the hands of a bunch of lunatics. The BBC in this piece from the Telegraph is allowing staff to work from home if they have concerns about the broadcaster's policy allowing biological men to use women's lavatories. Biological men. It's just men, right? Let's stop this. Trans employees at the corporation can speak to management or HR to resolve issues surrounding facilities if they feel provision is not available for them. Provision is available for them. It's by sex. Stop treating them as if they are a priestly class. They are not a priestly class. They are just men or women like you and I. It's that damned simple. And I'm led to ask myself as we continue through this nonsense, where are the men at the BBC and why aren't they speaking up and telling these blokes to get out of the women's lavatories? Where are they? What are these men like? Weak? Ineffectual? Pathetic? Suicidally empathetic? Where are they, the bloody men in the BBC? Come on, BBC men, deal with these gusset-fumbling nonsense merchants and help the women out. In this review of the policy, the BBC suggests that although there are self-contained facilities or mixed-sex toilets at most of its sites, staff who have concerns may be able to work from home as a solution, while it awaits government guidance following the Supreme Court's ruling on the definition of sex in the Equality Act. This has got to breach the Act. It's got to breach the Equality Act. So because you say that you're something you're not, we're going to give you the ability to work from home, but not you, because you're just normal. It's got to be illegal, surely, hasn't it? There are self-contained facilities or mixed-sex toilets, and there'll still be some of them that are unhappy because they don't want self-contained or mixed-sex toilets. They want the women's toilets for their affirmation, to confirm that they are the woman they say they are. That's what's going on here, and the BBC are facilitating it. Absolutely insane. The broadcaster said it has no official guidance on working from home in these circumstances, but failed to deny that it is a possibility for its employees. Instead, it suggested each case would be considered on its own facts and explored with the relevant individual. It's absolutely insane. The Supreme Court has ruled, and it's not just ruled that, this is not what you do. This is, in fact, illegal. It's ruled that it's always been that way, and the BBC are still obfuscating. Where are the men? Biological men still use men. It should just say men. I keep doing this because it annoys me. Men still using women's lavatories. Nigel Huddleston, Shadow Secretary of State for Culture, Media and Sport, said licence fee payers can't be expected to bankroll a stay-at-home culture in the BBC. In April, the Supreme Court said in a landmark ruling that the Equality Act refers to biological sex, not self-identified gender. Biological sex, yes. Yet the BBC admits it is still letting men use women's lavatories, changing facilities and showers. They can't help themselves, can they? Absolute loons. Fed up with these? Are you fed up with these loons? You can tell me in the comment, because I certainly am. The corporation said it will only change its policies once the government has issued guidance on the decision, despite calls from Keir Starmer urging public bodies to implement the changes as soon as possible. See, they make all the right bleating noises, but nothing's happening. Where's the European Equality and Human Rights Commission? Why aren't they giving people lots of money to sue the BBC? Why aren't they saying, do you need to sue the BBC? Come and talk to us. They've done it before. If you've been a victim of discrimination, why not? Why aren't they doing it? The resistance of the ruling means both transgender employees and female staff, as if they're just insane. Men and female staff may request to work from home to avoid the issue in the workplace. So if you don't want to use the toilet that lines with your sex that is actually for you, you can work from home. Is there any degree to which the liberal lovies and artistic arshats working at the BBC will not pamper to these ridiculous men and women who think they're something they're not? In the FAQ, there's women. Look, women. Look, the women for Women Scotland. Yay! In the FAQ section of the guidance for BBC employees released through a Freedom of Information request, it is asked, "Can I work from home if I feel provision is not available for me?" The answer states, people should speak to line managers, or if they would rather, their HRBP, Human Resources Business Partner. Screw off. If they have any concerns, you're totally public funded, you arse pieces, you're not a business. And if they have concerns about their working arrangements. Elsewhere in its guidance, the broadcaster said, our current workplace strategy aims to ensure we have a broad and appropriate range of bathroom toilet provision, especially in our larger buildings. You only need 2 men and women. Stop it. For all and disabled. Don't give them that. For all BBC colleagues, and we'll be auditing this carefully to assess whether any new provisional facilities is required. If you spend one ounce of public money on pandering to these fools, yeah. We are not making any changes now on the basis that we are waiting for approved government guidance in this space. Approved government guidance in this space, which we expect this autumn. That's the kind of thing they say, isn't it? Well, in this space, sod off. Sod off. Previous Telegraph analysis has revealed a culture of flexible working in the BBC, with only 5% of jobs advertised publicly in December 2024 in the office full-time. You've got men invading women's spaces, and the Telegraph have gone off on a tangent about flexible working. I don't know. What's wrong with the men? Where are the men at the BBC? Can you put your hands up if you're a man at the BBC and you are willing to stand up and be counted and say, here, you, Fumbly Gusseter, get out of that bloody space. In this space. It's absolutely insane, but it's real. That's the problem. It's real. This is exactly what's happening, exactly what's going on. They are utterly ignoring the ruling of the court in order to ensure that this ridiculous nonsense keeps going. What is it going to take? Every single one that gets it wrong, we have to sue? I think that may be the case, in which case the lawyers are going to have a field day. This cannot prevail. It must stop. I think people are beginning to wake up, but it's going to take an awful long time. We've got one hell of a fight ahead of us, I'm afraid, to get this completely gone from our society, because it isn't going to happen. And people people say no. Do it en masse. We're not pandering to these people. They are not getting what they want because they are not a priestly class. Trans doesn't exist. It's just a category made up so that they can claim certain things and pretend that they're victims. They're not. They're not. They're mostly fetishists or the mentally ill, and that is simply a case of stating facts. It's not something that should be disputable, but yet here we are, the BBC farting around because they can't decide what to do with the men in dresses and the little wispy bearded women. I don't know. You let me know in the comments as usual. I just think it's all bonkers. Ta-ra!